Our next speaker is Dr. Watson Jordan. All of us have moments where we are shaken, when our resilience is put to the test, when we fall down. Do you remember a time when you encountered a setback? Or when someone asked just the right question to accelerate your progress? Today, Dr. Watson Jordan will reveal 4 questions that get you back on track when you have stumbled. Also, he will give you something to make a specific area of your life even better. Dr. Jordan leads the Resilience Initiative, which promotes resilience. He speaks, writes, and facilitates team events around the world that drive superior insight, understanding, and production. He is also known for his fun handstand. His team events utilize the Y operating system. His books, in the back of the room, explore tragic despair and unearth hopeful resilience. Join me in welcoming Dr. Jordan, who will explore asking better questions.
Oh, no. I just fell down. How did you feel? Did you hope I would get up? Are you glad that I'm okay? I'm okay. It's part of the talk. So it's interesting, you felt that way about me. When was the last time that you fell down? How did you feel? Did you feel the same way that you felt about me? Or perhaps was there a little embarrassment, some regret, maybe some shame? Well, that, my friends, is a classic example of how our mind is neither logical nor reliable. And to get our mind to work for us, we need to be intentional. To do that, we need to ask better questions. I'd like to tell you a story about my son, William. I was 38 years old when William died. It was horrible. It was a tragic, needless death. It devastated our family, as you can imagine. Most days, it was in the autumn, I went to the same window, a lot like that. I would stare out the window, and a pile began to appear of regret and despair. I had the same tepid cup of coffee. It happened every day because I was asking myself all the wrong questions. Questions like, why did this happen to us? What did we do to deserve this? Because when we're alone with our mind, we get into trouble when we ask ourselves the wrong questions. And it's worth going, well, how does our mind really work? Well, I got up out of that chair and I left. And I took away that I could never go back. And what I learned since then is that our mind answers the questions that we ask it. So sitting there alone, I was asking the wrong questions. When I got up and got moving, I began to ask better questions, the right questions. And what I discovered is it was a lot like a writing prompt. And you may wonder, well, what is a writing prompt? Well, a writing prompt is what the teacher gave you to write an essay. And it's an open-ended prompt, and you get to fill in the blanks with what you want, with what resonates with you. So our minds are like that. So I might ask the question, why am I so great looking? And my mind would set about answering that question over and over and over, and it wouldn't really care if it was true, and it would connect dots that don't deserve to be connected. But it would just keep rolling until I asked a different question. Or I was with people and something else happened. So it's like a writing prompt, which in many of the other speakers have talked about this. Well, it's a lot like a self-fulfilling prophecy. What you think about is more likely to happen. Now, it's not magic, but it's pretty dadgum accurate. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. What we think about, where our energy goes, is more likely to happen. And that's how we can get our mind to work for us. Today, I want to give you 4 questions that in a dark moment or a tough time or a moment where you're inspired, you can lean on to improve the quality of your life. The first question, and this came from thinking about who can I depend on after William died. And it shifted also into who can depend on me. It's a great question. Who are the 5 people that you depend on the most? Who are the 5 people that you're with the most? And it's really important, because if the 5 people I'm with the most are horse thieves, I am going to become a horse thief, guaranteed. And if the 5 people that I hang around with the most are rocket scientists, more likely to be a rocket scientist. There's no getting around that. It's massively important. And if you're not in love with the 5 people you surround yourself with, maybe make an upgrade. This is a great picture of variety. And I encourage variety in the 5 people you spend the most time with. It might be variety of gender, or race, or religion, or for me, it might be the variety of age. I get great value from spending more time with someone younger, in the same way I did when I was younger, spending time with someone that was older. So the first question is, who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? The second question, at some point after William died, I had to leave the house, and I had to go somewhere. I thought it was because I just couldn't stand to be there anymore. What I learned is I really wanted to go to community. I wanted to be with other people. I wanted to connect with them, because the answer to the question, where does hope live, is it lives in community. I go to Hot Yoga Asheville. I saw people there doing handstands. I thought, I'd like to do a handstand. I asked them how they did it. And over time, I've got better at doing a handstand. If anyone would like a picture with me doing a handstand at the end of this, happy to oblige. Community is also where we're inspired, where we're fortified. And again, variety is a big deal. If I have 3 communities, but they're all bowling leagues at the same alley with the same people at the same time, just on different days, I can do better. Some examples of community, and you all know them, I've already heard them mentioned. You might belong to a book club. It might be a religious or a spiritual community. I'd like to give a plug for Rotary, which is the most massively impactful community around the world that I know about. There may be more. We don't have the market cornered on doing good, but boy, we're chasing it. I also go to yoga. I think it's good to have variety of in-person and virtual. So, but variety is key. The third question is, what's your core belief? This is a really hard question to answer. I'd like to say I have an easy way for you to answer it. I do not. I do have an idea to get started. And I do want to go, it's really important to know what it is, because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So my suggestion is, right now, think of 2 people that you admire. Later today, contact them. Tell them that they came to mind when I asked you that. See, that was kind of a writing prompt. Ask them what their core belief is. Now, I cannot tell you that they'll have an easy answer, but I can promise you that the connection will be rich for you and for them, and the conversation that follows will be important as you fill in the blank on this. What is your core belief is the third question. The fourth, and this is the mother of all questions, is why do you do what you do? Well, I have good news. This is easy to answer. I work with the Why Institute. We have an algorithm in just a number of minutes. You can find out why. Now that all sounds very exciting, but you may be going, Okay, so I know why do I do what I do. Well, what does that get you? Well, it gives you a chance to be more intentional. When you know why you do what you do, it gives you a chance to move towards your best self. And that's important because we all want to be fulfilled, and when we know where that is, we can go there. We can move towards being fulfilled. Also, when we know that, and this is really important, we can say no to things that aren't fulfilling, which in a really fantastic way makes the chances for things to be fulfilling skyrocket. So just the ability to say an informed no is very powerful. So in the end, we get into trouble when we ask ourselves the wrong questions. When we ask ourselves the right questions, we can improve the quality of our life. These are types of, or parts of your life. See if you see one there that you'd like to improve. And ask a better question. What question will get the ball rolling toward that happening for you? What self-fulfilling prophecy can you write for that area of your life by writing a better question? In review, when we ask better questions, we get better answers. Ask better questions to improve the quality of your life. I run the Resilience Initiative. My name is Dr. Watson Jordan. I have workbooks about what I just went over in the back. You're welcome to take one. I work with individuals and teams to help them fortify their resilience, and I do that around the world. Thank you.